Welcome to the Arsenal Present. How we doing? I hope you guys are doing fine on this beautiful Monday evening. Let's make sure everything is great. Yeah. I'm loving this. Yeah, it's been a while I did a live because there's not been so much news to report. I can't come here every time just to regurgitate things that we've said before. The season has ended. The Euros will be starting in the next few days, but there's not much to report. The Sesko'S deal is not moving as fast as we would love it. Arsenal have not signed any player, so we have to understand that I can't just come here, even though some people are doing it, just to just churn out regurgitated news. So we have to just calm down. So don't. I've not forgotten you guys. I have not. Shout out to my guy, Mr. Fosa, my bro. How you doing? If you want to come up, Mr. Fosa, you can come up. If you don't mind, if you have time, you can come up. So that is why you guys have not seen me doing live. It's not because I don't want to do live. There is no much to report. So before we continue this conversation on this channel, even though if you're watching the playback, please do me that kind favor. Please strike the like button. Very important. You guys are miserly with your likes. Strike the like button. Please subscribe, and make sure you turn on your notification bell. One more time, strike the like button for those at the back with him the first time. Subscribe, and make sure you turn on your notification bell. What's on the menu today? We're going to discuss William Saliba on the menu. We are going to look at Arteta Arsenal's transfer strategy, and we are going to discuss the latest on Benjamin Sesko. So before we proceed, one more time, strike the like button, subscribe, and don't forget to turn on your notification bell. Now, we saw the commentary from William Saliba in the last few days where he was being very modest, very generous, saying that he is not the number one, the best defender. He still acknowledges the fact that, what's his name? Van Dijk is the best and he's top three best defenders in the EPL. That was very generous and very modest from William Saliba. Because if you look at the barometers, if you look at the statistics, if you look at the eye test for this past season, we know William Saliba was objectively better than Van Dijk. Not subjectively. He was objectively better than Van Dijk. I admire the modesty from a young defender. He is acknowledging the OG who have been there, who have done it. And I respect that, who have won the EPL, he has won the Champions League. But really, come on, man. You have to blow your trumpet sometimes because we have delusional fans who will take this commentary out of context, who not want to acknowledge the fact that Willie is being generous and modest. Let me remind you guys, when Arsenal played at Anfield, who was man of the match? William Saliba. When Arsenal went to the Etihad, who was man of the match? William Saliba. When Arsenal went to Old Trafford, who was the man of the match? William Saliba. Let's not forget that. What team had the most clean sheet this season? Arsenal. And William Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes were our centre half pairing. So let's not ignore the fact that William Saliba is being generous with Van Dijk rather than being objective. And I understand he wants to give respect to the OG, but objectively, William Saliba is better than Van Dijk at this moment. In the past, we know Van Dijk has done it, has seen it, he has won a t-shirt, he has won it. But objectively, come on. Right now, Van Dijk is a very top defender. I'm not going to rubbish the achievement or the qualities of Van Dijk. That would be very disingenuous. But right now, William Saliba is a better defender than Van Dijk, and the numbers and the metrics bear it out. The numbers and the metrics bear it out objectively. There's no need to go into argument. And we even saw Deschamps, our very clownish French manager, decided to play William Saliba as a left centre half, even though we know William Saliba is right-footed. And for some odd reasons, a lot of kind of extend the fact that Upamecano and Konate is a fantastic defender, but they are not better than William Saliba. But somehow, Deschamps preferred the combination of Upamecano and Konate over Saliba. So I was surprised in their last friendly match against Canada, was it yesterday or 2 days ago, he decided to play William Saliba, and he has a stellar performance. Man of the match performance, playing as a left centre half. We know he loves to play as a right centre half. There's no much difference when a right-footed player plays as a left center half. But I think it's more difficult for a left center half, like a left-footed center half, to play as a right center half. But most right-footed center halves can actually play as a left center half. It's not too much. But what I'm trying to deduce is that maybe, just maybe, there's no proof to this, right? Maybe just maybe Deschamps are trying to be cynical, hoping that if he plays William Saliba as a left center half, he might have a poor performance. Then you have the excuse to drop him. But unfortunate for Deschamps, William Saliba had a stellar game, man of the match performance, to prove that this guy is undroppable. The quality is there. And the interview before the match, William Saliba did not even take the seemingly harsh criticisms of Deschamps to heart. He understood the fact that the manager has his choice and he respects that. One thing I've noticed about William Saliba is the fact that even though he doesn't do a lot of PR, doesn't speak a lot, you can tell that he loves the game and he respects authority and hierarchy. When he was loaned to Marseille a few years ago, and we had a lot of journalists, I am going to mention names. Gonna blog. I remember I saw that podcast he had on Ascast where he was suggesting, William Saliba was feeling some type of way because he wasn't given a chance to prove his worth at Arsenal. He was set on loan and that he might come back. He might not sign a new deal. See, the fact that some of the journalists get press passes, right, and can get certain information doesn't mean we should respect the opinion they can form without getting the right information. Even though he was speaking based on his own opinion, but we somehow we confer too much respectability on journalists who are forming opinion, not getting information. They are two different things. I can respect your journalistic prowess, but sometimes some of their opinions, following opinions, are whack. To put it nicely, for lack of a better term, they are diabolical. I try to separate the two. I can respect you as a journalist. I gonna blog Charles Watt. I still watch him. I respect his journalistic prowess, but their footballing opinions sometimes be very, very suspect. Now, just because you think there might be, what would the right term? There might be an impasse between Mikel Arteta and Saliba because he sent him on loan. Just because you think it doesn't make it factual. Just because a journalist offer that kind of opinion doesn't make it factual. Because when Saliba came back to the club, he actually signed a new contract. He loves the club. People forget William Saliba is an Arsenal fan. Yeah, he's an Arsenal fan. He's playing for his boyhood club, and he loves it here. And he wants to win here. And he doesn't speak a lot. So when people don't speak a lot, it is easy for people to fill in the blanks. So when people just make certain assertions about William Saliba because they don't speak a lot, it is very misleading. Now, those of you that wanted Willie to actually play at that time, so do you think Willie would have turned out to be this quality if he played with David Luiz or Mustafi or Socrates? See, you're as good as your partner. I don't see, no matter how William Saliba has been fantastic, we cannot take away the fact that he has a very fantastic partner in Gabriel Magalhaes. You will not see the same performances and assurances from William Saliba's performances if he was playing with clowns like David Luiz, Socrates, or Mustafi. Center half pairing are very, very, very what will be the right term? The center half pairing are very, very, you can't do it by yourself. They're very collaborative. I think that would be the right term. They're very collaborative. Even though individually you have to win your draws, you have to be fantastic, you are as good as your partner. We saw when Rob Holding played with Gabriel Magalhaes. Gabriel Magalhaes, yes, we can have our fun here and there and shout bozo moments sometimes, but no, Gabriel is a superb defender. But when he played with Rob Holding, we saw the drop in quality and performances. Not because Gabriel became shocking, because he's playing with a player he doesn't have confidence in as a pairing. So sometimes you're as good as your center half pairing. Exactly. Shout out to Mr. Ifosa Edu, Socrates or Holding. Exactly. You're as good as your partner. I'm not saying you can't be individually good, but your partnership affects your performances. so that you can be aggressive. You know that when you go aggressive, you know that your partner will cover for you. Or when your partner goes aggressive, you are sure he will mop up for you. But when you're playing with someone you don't trust like that, who are inferior defensively in decision making, it affects your individual performance as a player. So for me, the loan was fantastic for Willie's development. Even though we want to cast aspersions on Arteta and Edu and Richard Galley for not giving William Saliba that opportunity, but I think that loan was the best developmental step we took in aiding the development of William Saliba, and we are bearing the fruits. We are bearing the fruit. And shout out to his partner, to Gabriel Magalhaes. So, Willie, I understand you for being very generous and very lenient and giving Van Dijk his flowers and plaudit, but come on, we know the truth. We know the objective truth that you, for this last past season, was better than Van Dijk. And we recognize that Van Dijk is an OG, he has been doing it, and he's a fantastic defender. But objectively, Willie, you cannot trick us with your modesty. We are not buying that modesty. We understand respect, but we're not buying it. So, guys, do me that kind of favor one more time. Especially if you're watching the playback, make sure you strike the like button. Very, very important for this channel and for this community. Strike the like button. Subscribe here to subscribe. And do not forget to turn on your notification bell. So, let's discuss the next one. It says cool. There've been a lot of funny reports regarding Sesko. Oh, Chelsea are involved. Manchester United are involved. They've submitted proposals. All kinds of shenanigans regarding the potential move for Sesko. Now, I have my news. I'm not forcing anybody to trust this. This is based on what I know emphatically, that Sesko will be an Arsenal player very soon. I am 90% sure of that. That's all I can say. Now, if you want to believe me, if you don't, I understand. I'm not claiming to be an analytical of any sort. All the nonsense and shenanigans we're hearing, oh, he has not made a decision. Benjamin Sesko has made a decision. He wants Arsenal move, right? And we know RB Leipzig are trying frantically and are desperate to renew his contract, which the boys said he doesn't want to. He wants to move, but they are trying frantically to try and convince him. And Sesko is not just being a player who wants to be rude to his parent club. And there's no need for Arsenal to rush the deal. We're not resuming preseason next week or anytime soon, so there's no need to rush the deal. And that's not something we shout at him. So what's holding on the deal? Why have not going to trigger the release clause? I get it. By that logic, why don't you ask why Chelsea and Man U haven't triggered the release clause if those news stories are true? Because some of you don't know how to think. And if you have PTSD about what happened with Chelsea, with Modric, that's on you. That's a different kind of deal. We have to judge deals based on their individual merit. I understand concerns about why the deal seems protracted, but the deal is not technically protracted because the season just ended 2 or 3 weeks ago. We're not even close to preseason. We're about to start playing the Euros. So there is no need to rush the deal from the player side, from the parent club side, and from Arsenal side. So there's no need. I understand there's this zest and quest for news from Arsenal fans, from football fans generally, but you need to get yourself busy. You need to get yourself busy. Sometimes there's no news. All these journalists that are just regurgitating content to you guys, there is no news. What I know emphatically is that Sesko has chosen Arsenal a few weeks ago. He wants to come to Arsenal. They are just trying to convince him. And you know the agents will milk the situation, especially when they don't need to rush it. He's going to milk the situation. So I don't see why a lot of Arsenal fans are panicking. Do not let Chelsea fans and Man U fans and Fabrizio gaslight you. Like, shout out to Fabrizio. He does what he does. Engagement farming. And getting traction on his Twitter. And because you understand the fact that a lot of you are overly desperate for news. A lot of you are jobless. You're overly desperate for news. And things can take time. especially when the season is not even close to restarting. So there's no need to rush the news or rush the deal. When people ask about, oh, why you not afraid of Chelsea? Because if Sesko was not keen on coming to Arsenal, and if you could rush the deal, Chelsea will have rushed the deal. We know what Chelsea, they'll have gone on and triggered the release clause if it was easy for them to go and trigger it right now, because there's no need to rush the deal. And both Chelsea and Man U, they know the players chosen Arsenal. Do not believe this nonsense that, oh, they still mulling over the 30 clubs. Sesko ain't mulling over 30 clubs. It reminds me of the Rice deal last year, where some of you are thinking Man City were going to hijack it. No, West Ham were just seducing Man City to up the ante. They wanted two clubs to go at it so they can get the most money from the player. Even though West Ham clearly knew that Rice had chosen Arsenal. I remember DiMaggio coming out saying that well, Rice actually agreed a deal to go to Man City. I remember even my channel was very, very, very small at that time. And I was laughing because that wasn't true. Because as February last year, Rice has actually chosen Arsenal already. The deal was virtually done. And I'm telling you, in same vein, Sesko has emphatically chosen Arsenal. And I'll be proven right in the next couple of weeks. I will be proven right. I'm not saying I'm an ITK. In the next couple of weeks, I'll be proven right. So I understand, because you guys wanted it to be done as quick as yesterday. So I understand why a lot of you are being frantic, but you need to simmer down. Simmer down and calm down. Calm down. Sesko will be coming. He's not signing no new deal. And he's not going to Chelsea. And he's not going to Manchester United. 90% sure. That 10% is anything can happen. Remember a few years ago when Benzema was supposed to come to Arsenal and things changed last minute? But this one, I don't suspect anything's going to change. I am 90% sure Sesko will be an Arsenal player this coming season. So let's move to the next topic and let's discuss Arsenal transfer strategy. So what is Arsenal transfer strategy for this coming season? Because a lot of people are saying, oh, Arsenal should go and get marquee players. We need players that can, take us to the next level, which I agree with. So where are those players that can actually take us to the next level? Are they available? Are they affordable? Will their parent club be willing to sell those players? And now, how are telling about those players? Because it's not just to just be shouting on the internet, oh, Arsenal to go and buy these players that can take out. I agree. We need to bring in quality. But let's not forget, Arsenal lost the league with just 2 points. And that is not a lot. That is not a lot. Whether you want to argue in bad faith or you want to twist the argument, that is not a lot. Right? That's not a lot. Forgetting that Partey didn't play bulk of the season. Timber did not play bulk of the season. Those are two quality players. Maybe those two players are giving us at least another 6 to 9 points. Just maybe. Just maybe. So when I talk about the Arsenal transfer strategy, from what I know and the fellas I've heard, is that we're going to buy players that are a bit younger, i.e. Sesko, and players that can, raise the level. Because I understand the fact that a lot of you are overly concerned that we didn't win the league and we need to usurp Man City, and I agree with those notions and I agree with those talking points. But what are those players that Arsenal can attain that can take us to the next level? Genuinely, not just this fallacy on the internet, everybody just waffling. No, genuinely, because for me, let's say Isak is a quality striker, right? But we know Newcastle ain't willing to sell. And he's not going to push for a move. It's not attainable. For me, Sesko is that player that can develop to Isak level and more in the next 2 or 3 years. So if we can't get certain players because of their parent clubs are not willing to sell, not because Arsenal cannot afford it financially. It's not about just having the finances. Sometimes you have to be able to convince the player, and you have to convince the parent club to sell. Isak is not going to leave Newcastle. They not how you dice it or slice it. He's not leaving. Newcastle are not going to sell unless we're going to buy him for astronomical amount of money that we cannot afford. And when it comes to the midfield, there's been rumors about Arsenal interested in Bruno Guimaraes, another £100 million player. I don't think he's worth that money, and I don't think Arsenal is going to push the boat to try and sign another £100 million midfielder. So the transfer strategy has to be to sign the next best things who are not obviously superstars now, but are on the verge of superstardom. I I made a video a couple of weeks ago. I said even at Real Sociedad, you could see Isak was quality, but we're not sure whether he would turn out to be the Isak we are seeing at Newcastle. Perhaps if we are taking that risk, we'll have had the Newcastle Isak we are seeing right now. So for me, Sesko is that player too. Even though some of you argue he misses some chances, he's still a young developing player, but you can see the raw talent, the tricks, the flicks, the pace, the aggression, the height, the movement is there. So the transfer strategy that is looking obvious to me is for us to get players who are close to being those marquee signings, who are not obvious, but the signs and traits are there. Especially if you cannot get certain players who are obviously marquee, and they are not. See, so I'm asking the question again. Maybe you guys can let me know in the comment section, especially if you're watching the playback. Give me those names. Don't tell me Osimhen because I'm tired of hearing the garbage. Osimhen is not that player. The Italian league is not the English Premier League. I've watched Osimhen many times. He's not that player. Let's stop the nonsense. I'm Nigerian. I don't hate him. He's not that player. Ivan Toney. A lot of you are climbing for Ivan Toney in January. I used to climb for Ivan Toney. I used to climb for Ivan Toney because we know Ivan Toney is not that player. There are not too many players that can come and improve the Arsenal team right now. There are not too many players. I understand the disappointment of us losing out by 2 points against Man City, but that doesn't mean the team is a bad team. 2 points is almost negligible. We didn't lose the league by 10 points or 5 points. 2 points. And I said, give me the laundry list of players. Because a lot of you are shouting there are a lot of players. If there are a laundry list of players that can come to this team and improve us, give me those names in the comment section. Let's examine them. Because there are not too many players. And players that might actually do that, their parent clubs are not willing to let them be sold. They're not going to sell. So we have to just be very intentional, very skillful, to get players who are on the verge of turning to superstars and get them right now. Fafana for me is a very quality player for Monaco. According to reports, you've seen it, is willing to take the next step. Monaco are willing to sell him because he has just one contract left. Very good midfielder, can play 6, can play 8, very dynamic. He has the height, the physicality, the athleticism. It reminds me of Partey in his younger years, even though Father Time has caught up with Partey. There have not been strong links to Fafana, but I don't know why. But I think he's a player that we should be looking at. He might not be as expensive as Rice. He might not be as expensive of Guimaraes, but his quality. We saw him a few years ago when he came with Monaco to play at the Emirates Cup, and we saw a one-man midfield show. He gave us a fantastic show. So there are players who might not be as expensive, but they are quality and they can add something different, something dynamic to this Arsenal team. Because the Arsenal team for me doesn't need much tweaking or changing. Because a lot of you are of the opinion that because we lost the league by 2 points, we need to just go and sign all and sundry. No, simmer down. It does not work like that. These players are young. Saliba, Gabriel, Magalhaes, Saka, Martin. They are going to have the experience. They're going to improve. There are young players that are improving. They're all improving year by year. They've not even hit their peak. So it's a progressive team. It's an outstanding team that doesn't need too much tweaking. I'm not saying there's no bringing in players. We clearly need to bring in players for at least for us to be able to compete aggressively in all 3 competitions. For me, the FA Cup, the league, the Champions, and the Carling Cup. So we need a sizable squad that's relatively injury-free to compete aggressively in this in the league and in the cup. So that I'm hoping this coming season we win a few cups and the league. So this is a time for us to actually be very, very shrewd and sensible with our finances and sign the right players. We need to sign the right players and sell the players who have not contributed much to the development and to the winning of this team. So the transfer strategy might not be the one a lot of you are expecting. oh, let's go and sign Osimhen because he costs 100 million pounds. Let's go and sign Bruno Guimaraes because he costs 100 million pounds. It doesn't work like that. Let's not be idiotic. And I understand a lot of you are fanatics on the internet saying all kinds of nonsense. That doesn't work in real life, right? I understand quality cost, but there's sometimes it's not by the cost of saying that makes the quality. Like I said, Fafana might not be 100 million pounds, but for me personally, he is better than Bruno Guimaraes. Guimaraes just has the fact that he has the fact that the advantage of playing the Premier League is a known quantity, right? Unlike Fafana, who is relatively unknown and plays in the French league. Even though the French league is inferior to the English Premiership, doesn't mean they are not quality players in the French league. There's a middle ground. It's not far green or far red. There's a yellow in between. So let's see how we are going to progress in this coming few months, where we try and acquire and bring in quality into the team. So I'm expecting a busy summer for ins and outs. And expecting us to get at least 2 players before the preseason. So guys need to calm down. There's no need to rush, right? There is no need. I know you guys are thirsty for news. There's no need to rush. Calma, and calm me down. So we've discussed Arsenal transfer strategy. We've discussed William Saliba's comment and his modesty, and we've looked at the latest on Benjamin Sesko. So if you're watching the playback, be kind enough, be generous enough with the likes, strike the like button. Very, very important. Let me know your commentary regarding the issues we've discussed on this channel. Do not forget to, I've said strike the like button, subscribe. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe and make sure you turn on your notification bell. Very, very important. That'll be all for now. If there's any news, hopefully, if I get anything on Sesko, I will try and break it to you guys as soon as I get anything. Hopefully, I get the exclusive. If I don't, somebody gets it before me. It is what it is. But if I get the exclusive, when it is done, trust me, I will come here and report it to you guys. Do not forget, one more time, strike the like button, subscribe, and make sure you turn on your notification bell. That'll be all for now. Keep supporting us now. Enjoy the rest of the evening, and bye for now.